Hi, it's Susan Young, Mindful Life Coaching. Today we're exploring love, the constancy of love. And when we think of the clear place within our hearts, when we're feeling calm and clear, we might have a sense of being present and allowing love to come through us. So if love is at the center, what does that mean? It means saying yes to coming from love, and not in an erotic or romantic sense, which is one form of love, as we know from Aristotle's ongoing things about love. But here's what the speaker I heard yesterday say. Can I practice love when I practice love when I'm willing to extend myself for the long-term health and wellness of another person, a community, or ourselves, while maintaining and sustaining the boundaries of self. I loved that, maintaining and sustaining the boundaries of self. So we want to give to others, be responsible for others in our community, in our families, and then, if we hear someone crying or upset, we want to go and comfort them, but we want to do that in a way that's connecting, that's loving. If you have a partner and they're having distress, we want to be able to support them in a way that offers like genuine caring. So if we think about trust, commitment, care, knowledge, respect, and responsibility. So there's these factors that come in because when we're young, we think, oh, love, it'll just do it. But love is an action, as those of us who are in 12 steps groups know. We're invited to come into action. Other people know too, I'm sure. And even when things go wrong, there's a thing that, having a teenager is like having an office crush where you can't really tell them. You sidle up to their door and you knock and they don't answer, and you knock again, they go, what? And you go, well, a few of us are having dinner later on. Maybe you'd like to join us, maybe not, it's okay. So that constancy that's required when you're holding love, or like my 4-year-old granddaughter I've shared, who they're working at not using the word hate, because Rowan sometimes, from time to time, not often, but from time to time, will lash out. She's not regulated yet. One of is to teach her regulation, as we're all working ourselves to be emotionally regulated. And sometimes 4-year-old Rowan will say, I hate you. And they're learning to say, we don't use the word hate. We can use not like. So when we learn how to be constant in our love with others, especially when we're on a similar path, and we need to watch for what sometimes is called on us to do beyond what we can. So that sense of self-sacrifice, sacrificing self for others. We don't sustain healthy love for self. So when the world is pushing at or I experience it as pushing options at me or possibilities to help, it's not always easy. Sometimes it can be deeply difficult to know what is actually right in the moment, what is loving and true. So today I'm going to invite you to explore within yourself, what is true and right for me when I'm loving, when I'm in a loving state for self. How is my self-love? How is my love shown in my community, my family, if I have family, my chosen family, my birth family? And what we know, it's not about getting it right every time. It's not about being perfect, because we often fall and tumble. And then so there's 3 things how to put it into practice. The 3 things, the first one is be gentle with ourselves, so that we let ourselves fall, we let ourselves make errors, we let ourselves not always do it right. And then persistence, continuing to get up and try again to bring it forward. And then the third one is be curious. So when we do fall, or when we don't share love in a way that feels like the other person wanted it that way, or there's a rupture in your connection with another, can we stay curious about what's going on while being gentle and still being persistent? Some people find it helpful to reflect, to write down things, We can keep a gratitude or a love journal, ways that I loved myself today. Many of us, and I'm one of them, needs to start with deepening constancy of love for myself, not allowing the old patterns of self-hatred or not good enough, or even the concept of failure or success. Those are ways that divide me from being with myself. So learning how to accept the fullness of our humanness is part of learning how to love. So I'm going to invite you in just a moment to share your own experience, if that fits for you, and then we'll do a longer meditation on love.